Shalom Yasha Allah. First and foremost, we'll give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that pushes great gospel in sincerity and truth. This your brother Tazakai Yahweh from the Great Millstone Indianapolis camp. Coming at you another lesson through the spirit of power, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and Lord willing be edified. Got an article here from the NewYorkPost.com, and it reads, 14 mass shootings tallied in U.S. over Memorial Day weekend, data shows. And this article came out May 31st, 2022, the year Yahweh Shemashai turned it up. And it reads, it was a somber and bloody Memorial Day weekend, as at least 14 mass shootings erupted across the United States, leaving 8 dead and 59 wounded. New data from a research group shows. I also seen the article, it said 9, but at the end of the day, hey, lives were taken. It says the spate of gun attacks from Nevada to Texas to Pennsylvania broke out amid calls for gun control, following the May 24th school massacre in Uvalde, Texas, that left 19 students and 2 teachers dead. Now you gotta understand, with these mass shootings that's going on, and these gun control, calling for gun control laws and all this and that, you have to understand, for you Second Amendment, the Second Amendment, all you by right to bear arms, all y'all, you fanatics. And not saying to have a weapon, ain't nothing wrong, nothing wicked about having a weapon to protect yourself. But I'm just saying, the time's gonna come where they're gonna come for your weapons and come for your guns. And then in that time too, that's why you have these groups talk about, some militias and some of the Proud Boys and all these other groups talk about, if they come for their gun, they're going to fight back and they're going to do all this and that. And, hey, we want all these things to happen because why? It's pretty much brings more prophecies to pass. Being sedition among the men and Egyptian against Egyptian and the race wars, the civil wars, the societal wars and all the wars that it may be. You know what I'm saying? But that's all a part of the scriptures. And, hey, that's what we're yearning for, all those to come to pass. But that's the main thing they want to do is, have more control of your weapons. If not, take them all from you. Disarm you. Going on, it says, the deadliest Memorial Day weekend shooting occurred Monday in Philadelphia when 2 people were killed and another 2 wounded as multiple gunmen opened fire at a holiday event, according to nonprofit Gun Violence Archives. The victims, including the 16-year-old girl and the 21-year-old woman who died from their wounds, had been gathered for the event in Philadelphia's Port Richmond section. Right, these individuals thought they was just gonna go to a little event for Memorial Day and have fun, watch fireworks, probably eat some barbecue, probably some pork, whatever the case may be, and thought they was gonna go home and and wake up the next day. No, Yahweh Shai had a plan for them, and that was for what? For their lives to be taken that day. Likewise, as all these individuals who had their lives taken or who were wounded. That was the plan of Yahweh Shai. It says 2 other victims, ages 14 and 21, were shot in the shoulder and leg, respectively, at the scene, where 47 spent shell casings were recovered. Right? It says, investigators believe multiple shooters opened fire with several weapons. It was 441. Call Halayamah, Alaya, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kakudash. All praise to Yahweh Shemel Shai. It said, for the 441, it say, investigators believe multiple shooters opened fire with several weapons, authorities told WTXF. In Ben Harbor, Michigan, 1 person was killed and 6 others wounded when gunfire broke out near a liquor store early Monday. Marlon Tyree Bowman, 19 years old, 19, died at the scene from multiple gunshot wounds to his chest. And, you can guarantee that definitely sounds like a Jake, And hey, he probably was, hey, about to, get it in the festivities. Look at this devil right here, It says, well, he was a biker gang shootout, demon. It say, another 7 people were injured on Sunday in Henderson, Nevada, when bikers with the Hells Angels, the Vagos, and Outlaws got into a shootout on a highway just 17 miles from Las Vegas, police said. The first mass shooting of the holiday weekend took place a day earlier in Memphis, Tennessee, where 4 people were wounded, according to the Gun Violence Archive, which defies such incidents as at least 4 people being shot or killed, excluding the shooter. All told throughout the U.S., 5 mass shootings occurred on Saturday, followed by 7 on Sunday and another 2 on Monday, according to the Gun Violence Archive's data. At least 17 mass shootings, and it could be more, have been tallied throughout the U.S. in the week since the Uvalde bloodbath, GVA the gun violence archives data shows. During that time, there have been various calls for gun control. Many Democratic governors surveyed by the Associated Press following the Uvalde shooting said they believe people under the age of 21 should be barred from buying semi-automatic guns, as well as ammunition magazines being limited to no more than 10 rounds. Uvalde shooter Salvador Ramos bought the weapons he used in the attack just after his 18th birthday 2 weeks ago. Of Republican governors who responded to the Associated Press, just Vermont's Phil Scott said he supported gun control efforts. So it means the rest of the Republican governors around the United States did not, they not with that. And just like I'm over here, I'm in Indiana, right? Indiana is a Republican state, one of the red states, NRA backed, gung-ho, gun-toting ass, state, these people. You go anywhere in any given store, somebody walking there with a gun on their hip, on the holster. And what's so crazy about that? Coming in July, so next month, July 1st, they have something. It's like a law being passed, like some type of constitutional law that states that now you don't even need a license, to carry. You know what I'm saying? You can just have it on you. As long as you ain't got no felonies and all this and that, whatever, any discrepancies against you, man, you can just buy it and tote it without a license. That's what's gonna come to pass here. And imagine how much more trouble that can. We have yet to see. You get what I'm saying? But them red states, man, they not trying to hear that gun control stuff. It says Alaska Governor Mike Dunleavy said no. When asked if he backed bullet limits, stricter gun laws are not a solution to this problem. We must focus our attention on the status of mental health in our community. See, and that's what they always want to paint mental health on who. Like if Edomites do a terrorist attack or a mass shooting, they go up there, and like I said, no matter if these things be, crisis actors set up, whatever, or real, whatever the case may be, right? No matter the case, when it's an Edomite behind that gun, this fool, he done smoked these people, dead, or whatever the case may be, man. What they do. He don't get slammed on the ground and tombstoned and, soufflexed and, power drives on the ground and put in headlocks and shit like that. That don't happen to the Edomite. No, they, what they do, they detain him softly, carefully, hold his head, they put him in the back seat, buy his ass some Subway or some, Burger King. The goddamn, Little Caesar's Pizza. They cater to them. He's mentally unstable, something's wrong, and he grew up in a dysfunctional, all this madness they talk about this. But let it be a Jake, and then what? We knew this was going to happen from when he was a youth, 6 years old. His mom bought him a cap gun, or, he was at school one day, and, he had water balloon fight, and he chose a gun instead of the water. Like, they paint this image about Jake just being this diabolical, violent ass demon. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we do fall, to the curses and our actions and ways that we do. But like I said, look at how unfair it is for how they state the mindset of a Jake versus, versus like them. You know what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, if I may, Slakia, let me get this real quick. I believe it's Psalm 73. Right here. Psalm 73 verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Right? So let a Jake do the same crime as an Edomite. Jake is gonna get, say an Edomite got 5 years, Jake get 35. Say Edomite get 10 years, Jake get 40. Jake get 50. We're friend, we call them, they get football numbers. So that's what, basketball numbers, jerseys. That's what they give you. What they say, throw the book at you. That's what they do to Jake, right? But as I said, they ain't in trouble as other men. So Edomite's gonna receive that lesser sentence as opposed to a Jake getting caught, right? But like I said, we understand that, hey, this ain't society, so hey, we can't expect a fair game from them. No, this is their kingdom, so they gonna do what it is what they want to do, call it injustice, whatever the case may be. But hey, we are oppressed, we are captives, and hey, they set the rules, they set the guidelines, right? The earth was given to the hands of the wicked, right? But they set wicked and unrighteous decrees as far as their guidelines. And so Salakia from running on that. But yeah, like I said, if it's a Jake, Jake get in trouble, oh, he in trouble, right? But Esau, he done there, it's a way you can get out of this, buddy. Esau be facing 25 years. They give his ass 10 years of probation. Where Jake, you going straight, the judge ain't got no mercy, no patience. The gavel hit the ground, hit the whatever the hell, and then he out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, like these Edomite, yeah, if you ain't an Edomite, you commit crime, man. Chances are you are getting off is pretty fucking slim. Salakia, from my language. But going on, it says, James Allen Fox, a professor of criminology, law and public policy at Northeastern University, said holiday weekends generally have more violence due to the presence of parties and alcohol. Damn it, look, it don't even got to be on the weekend. But let's just say even on all these holidays, if you pay attention to it, people die, right? People die on these holidays. Because why? Because the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is not dealing with these holidays, because majority of these holidays do what? Pay homage to false gods, false deities. And the Lord's not dealing with that. Right? He said, well, thou shalt have no other God, period, other than him. First commandment. But, you know, hey, but you people ignorantly and willingly go along to get along. We've been doing this since we was born and over here, and we get from America, this and that, we got to follow it. No, you're not supposed to. But when you do it, hey, the scripture say the wages of sin is death. You commit adultery, your ass get put to death. Right? So again, it's holidays always seem to have more mass shootings because you have large groups of people gathering for a party, right? A large group of people gathering to do what? Worship Satan, all these fake deities, right? You have large groups of people gathering for a party where there's alcohol, sometimes there's a gun, you know. Fox told the Post on Tuesday. It says the 14 mass shootings tally over the Memorial Day weekend was not that unusual. Fox said, given that there's been roughly one per day in the U.S. on average in the last few years. See, this is, we gonna get it too, but this Babylon the Great, man. Hey, man, this is oh, man. We gonna finish this off. Get the scriptures. It say, Fox acknowledged bad things can happen with alcohol, people, and guns mixed, but said he doesn't believe the number of mass shootings will necessarily rise during upcoming summer months. Why don't you? Do you know, like, how does that make sense? When it gets hotter, you know, people get more agitated. Then on top of that, gas prices going up, inflation is going up, food prices going up. A lot of things that people used to could do last year, they probably won't be able to do as much as they did this year. So tensions are going to be rising. They're going to be upset, can't get out the house. You know, man, there's a lot of stuff. They always want to preach that peace and safety. And then what happens? Sudden destruction comes. That's why you can't trust these people. This devil. You know, summer is coming, and on July 4th weekend, we'll probably see many mass shootings. But I don't see this as a harbinger of worse things to come. Damn it, are you out of your mind? The scriptures say only let get it real quick. Talk about let me get that. You people are out of your mind. More death is coming. I don't know what you're talking about. This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 5. Thus saith Yahweh Shemashai, Lord power, and evil and only evil. Behold, is coming. What does evil mean? Well, we know what it means, but you know, let's go. Let's see what this thing over here. Evil, adversity, affliction, bad, calamity, displeased, distress, hurtful, ill-favored, you know, mischievous, wicked, you know, wrong. It's like, you know, bad, evil, bad, disagreeable, malignant, you know, unhappiness, misery. So just a few synonyms. That's what's coming to this place, right? It's let's say the Lord Yahweh Shemashai power and evil and only evil. Behold is come, and end is come. The end is come, and watch for thee. Behold, it is come. Because you are in the apparent end times right now. You are apparently in the end times right now. So, and in these end times, in these latter times, we're getting close to the end. That means what? Things are going to get worse. That's what evil means. Bad times. So the Lord said only evil has come. Right? But then did he say, I don't think it's going to get that bad? Verse 25 say what? Destruction cometh. Right? Only destruction is cometh. And they shall seek peace. And guess what? There shall be none. Ain't going to be no peace. Ain't going to be no peace. Lucky, my son. You know, bugging me real quick. Only peace is, so like I said, only destruction coming. Stop. It's like, yo, you know, they always wanna bother me when I'm doing this, but going on. So like again, Ezekiel 7:25, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. So that's what Yahweh Shemashai said. Back to the article. It says, the one thing that does concern me is we've seen a surge in gun purchasing, and it's hard to commit a mass shooting without a gun. So, No shit. So now, like I said, they got these laws where they're gonna allow more people to get more guns, more. But dude, talking about we need to focus on the mental. So you gonna make what you're gonna start giving these people mental evaluations before they purchase weapons? You know what I'm saying? Then, hey, that could be a lawsuit on that. You know, you can't. Your own laws prohibit you from taking these precautious, measures. Have a precaution. Like, but we understand y'all don't really mean that. Y'all don't really give a damn as long as they ain't you. Oh well. But again, like I mentioned earlier, right? The Lord Yahweh Bashim Yashai is not dealing with these days that are created by men. Because ultimately they pay homage to false gods. But then Memorial Day in itself, with you goofy ass jakes, Memorial Day came about. It said, I believe it's in 1868. Do you not know? Now, listen, they gonna tell you, oh well, slavery was abolished and all this and that. But it's still slavery even going on, like hardcore slavery how it used to be. That shit's still going on. Damn, if it was abolished back then in '65, what the hell is Juneteenth all about? Because that was way after the abolishment of slavery of that year. You know what I'm saying? The last time to freeze. You know what I'm saying? So you people just bugged out. Participating in these days that this man put upon you to follow, right? But the Lord says what? Amos 5:21. It says, I despise your feast days. Now, in times past, this was talking about us. This is talking about Israel. The Lord, like, man, Jake was going off so bad, man. The Lord, man, he did away with the sacrifices. He didn't care about the solemn assemblies. He didn't care about the feast day. He didn't care about none of that stuff because Jake was being wicked. So how much more is he going to be talking about these other feasts, these other solemn assemblies? But they they'll be solemn because they be a bunch of madness going on. But just putting in the sense, these other feast days, these false holidays, those are feast days to the heathens. So the Lord hated ours at a point in time. Good and well he hates that of the heathen, right? These 4th of July and Labor Day, Veterans Day, Valentine's Day, and St. Patrick's Day, and so forth, so on. That wasn't appointed for us to follow. That's not in in our feast days. No. What were those false holidays? Do we return back to Jerusalem and we commemorate Thanksgiving, or Christmas? That's not, no. That's spoken against in the scriptures. So again, it said, I hate and despise your feast days, and I will not smell your solemn assemblies. Because if this day was so sanctioned and it was all good and all godly and righteous, why did people die? Because Yahweh Bashim Yashai is not dealing with it, right? These people died. Did we not say? Did we not say the scripture say and only evil has come? Well, wouldn't you consider these mass shootings an evil thing that happened? Wouldn't that make sense? Amos 3:6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Watch this. Shall there be evil? Remember, bad times, unhappiness, misery, pain, hurt, affliction. Shall there be, like I said, evil? Eve meaning time, ill meaning bad. Shall there be evil? Shall there be bad times in the city? And the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yashai and the Lord have not done it. So this is Yahweh Bashim Yashai taking credit of anything that happened in the city that could be considered evil and wicked, and y'all say, oh, that was Satan. No, the credit goes back to Yahweh Bashim Yashai. And if anything good happened, credit go back to who? Yahweh Bashim Yashai. There's complete, perfect balance with Yahweh Bashim Yashai in all things. But the only ones who are going to understand this is who? Verse 7. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, who? The prophets. So the men of the Lord and those who are taking heed to the words of the men of the Lord in truth and sincerity, those being of the elect, they gonna understand it. But first to the prophets, and then to the people. They say talk about women, children, and the health and so forth and so on. Right? Those are the ones who are gonna understand these judgments and that's coming to pass. But like the Lord has said before, see, it's not a suggestion not to follow these days. It was, man, let's say this. We gonna get it. Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yashai speaketh unto you, right? You, O house of Israel. It didn't say, O house of the world. No, O house of Israel, Yasha Allah. He's a prince of the power, right? You Israelites, you soak out Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? Speckled birds as well, that who look like the heathen, but the seed line go back to Jacob, right? Israelite foreigners, if you will. It says, for the most part, it say, verse 2. Thus saith Yahweh Bashim Yashai, say, learn not the way of the heathen. It didn't say, I don't want you to learn the way. It say learn not. That was a commandment. Now, don't do that. It wasn't no suggestion or if it's up to you or maybe. No, learn not the way of the heathen. And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Now, if they tell you to learn not the way of the heathen, but you chose to follow the ways of the heathen, well, what do you think will happen to you? Right? Get this real quick. That means that you've been disobedient, and we gonna get it. They say Proverbs chapter 3 verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Yeah, this man is over you. Yeah, through our iniquities and our transgressions against Yahweh Shai, these nations were set over us. In these end times, Esau Edom, not Japheth, but Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Right? So yes, you have an oppressor over you, but it says to envy not. Don't be jealous of what the hell they do. They weren't given the law, statutes, commandments, and promises, of Yahweh Shai. You were. Right? It says, and choose none of his ways. So you're not supposed to choose none of their ways. Your ways are supposed to reflect from what the scriptures say. From the word of Yahweh Shai, the law, statutes, commandments. Those are the ways you're supposed to be following, no matter where you are, right? Well, it says this. For the froward, right, those who are against, who are contrary, is abomination of Yahweh Shai. So, for the so pretty much just getting the grounding on the froward will be these other nations, because they wasn't given the ways of Yahweh Shai, so they gonna be froward anyway, naturally against Yahweh Shai, because they weren't given his ways. But you jakes who follow with them, enjoy him with them, your ass become an abomination as well. You become froward as well from taking upon their ways. They say what? But his secret is with the righteous. They say the curse of the Lord Yahweh Shai is in the house of the wicked, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, started off with who? Who's the actual wicked? Esau, Edom. But if you follow the ways of the wicked, damn it, you wicked too. And the curse of the Lord, ain't these people, ain't they promised to be destroyed forever? Right? To be completely annihilated and never to be again? Right? That's a curse on you. Right? He said they the people of his curse. The people of his indignation forever. But he blessed the habitation of the just. And that's the point, man. He told you to learn not their ways and choose none of their ways. It wasn't a suggestion. He wasn't ask you. No, it's a commandment to learn not. But you transgress his word, his commandment, what's going to happen to you? Like I said, the curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked. The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blesses the habitation of the just. Right? So ultimately what's going to happen? Let's say what? Surely he scorneth the scorners, but he giveth grace unto the lowly. The wise shall inherit glory, right? The wise, who are those are wise? Those who are taking heed to the words of Yahweh Shai. But the shame shall be the promotion of fools. And that's going to be y'all. He said, but shame. Y'all going to be put to shame. Why? Y'all going to, because when you get put to death and you go up there, to receive your judgment from Yahweh Shai, when they speak to you, they will tell you, you chose to follow the ways of the heathen. You didn't choose me. You chose that. That means you chose death rather than life. And you're going to be ashamed. Head going to be down. And, like I said, everlasting shame and contempt. The end all be all when we make it to the kingdom. Lord willing, we don't be of that number. Right? It's it's like I ain't want this to go on too long. But at the end of the day, this is what? This is judgment from Yahweh Shai. I got, two more. So like you know what it is. Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill. See, look, the Lord kills, and I make alive. He makes alive. I wound. It didn't say it was 59 people wounded. The Lord did that, and he heals. So they become healed. Still, credit back to Yahweh Shai. Hope you catch the drift of the Lord. Neither is there any that could deliver out of my hand. So all these people who went and thought they was going to celebrate and have fun and party and bullshit and then you go wake up the next day and go back to your regular life, whatever the case may be. Absolutely not. Hey, it was your time. Hey, your tab got pulled and they didn't go back home. They went home to the spirit. They went up there to the spirit world. That's where they went, right? They at peace right now. But like I said, they thought they was going to be at home and when Tuesday come, I'm going to be back at school, or Tuesday come, I'm going to be back at work. No, your ass got put to death from Yahweh Shai. Right? And I'm going to end off with this one, just for the sake of the title. What they said. This is Nahum chapter 3 verse 1, right? It says Nineveh's complete ruin, and we understand that America, Babylon the Great, has a lot of spiritual nicknames, and Nineveh is one of them, right? It says woe to the bloody city, right? This is a bloody city, right? Then ain't Memorial Day supposed to commemorate all those who died in service to the Union and the Confederates to America and all this and that? And why you had to make a day to praise them and glorify and honor them? because they got put to death. So their blood was spilled for no reason. You know, for to promote y'all will. Ultimately promote the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. But this is the bloody city, man. Think about all the blood that was shed from our people, you know, for the Native Americans when they first came over here, and the Latinos, and then us has been up here up until this day. This is a bloody city. Didn't it say this was a bloody Memorial Day, weekend? This whole year has been bloody, right? But at the end of the day, so this is another nickname for the bloody city, for Babylon the Great. And the Lord said what? Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. You know, Esau just lied through his teeth. And they don't do nothing but rob, steal, and kill, rob everything. Rob your whole livelihood. Rob everything. Your dignity, your freedom, what's right. Rob everything. Rob you of that. And then what? They give you wickedness. They gift you with wickedness. You get what I'm saying? It said to pray the part of not, and we to pray. You know, the part of not. Because a lot of people don't want to depart from this place, anyway. Physically and spiritually. They don't want to depart. They cool with everything just being okay. They cool with being on the bottom. They cool with having an oppressor over them that kills them at will, whatever they want to, and don't shit happen to them. Y'all cry and y'all march around for a month or two, and then y'all back to sleep. Y'all okay. As long as y'all can have, your the so-called luxuries that you feel that you have, the delicacies you have, you're okay. You don't give a damn. We should all be one people. We should all get along. That's how y'all feel. But at the end of the day, say woe to the bloody city. So at the end all be all, hey, it is gonna be a memorial, for the days of the destruction of Babylon. You damn right. Gonna be definitely a most bloodiest fuel fire and lake of fire day that that you can even ever fathom. Like I said, 1 hour, especially over here in Babylon the Great, it's 330 million people. If you're not elect, all them people die. Everybody who was left at that time period when the nukes come. And blood, body parts is going to be everywhere. And then melted in the lake of fire via the nukes and the concentrated laser beams. But so like they want to, make it too long, The Lord willing is definitely edifying, to the sincere Akim Aquaf out there listening. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak Wadash. The honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. This person is the great gospel and sincerity and truth. Shalom, Yasha Allah, Abai, Babal.